Coming up on today's Retro Robin show, we're going to crash number 11. We're going to have a look at some new games and we're going to have a look at a new album by Richard Hollins, which has just recently been released. We may have a little brief look at some clips of what Lee Chop Stevens is working on, as well as Sergio, who's got Mechanic Wars Caterpillar coming out, obviously on the 16th. Oh look, I've got my hand in the way of the camera. So for some more retro fun on this great retro Christmas weekend, join me now, Wayne, on the Retro Robin show. Welcome to the all-new Retro Robin show. I nearly messed up the start before I even started, but I didn't. I managed to pull it off. We're going to be looking at some new games. We're going to look at a new album by Richard Hollins, the bleeper man himself. He's about to come up. His name's scrolling across the screen as we speak. Yeah, he's got a new album out that I'm intrigued with, and it's amazing what they can do with the Spectrum and the mere bleeper that is provided. You can create this wonderful music, and this is one of my favourites playing in the background right now. Hence the reason why I've included him from now on the title screen, along with Matthew Lowe, who does the AY tune. I've got a bleeper man and I've got an AY man, and that's the plan. Stan. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going back to December 1984, where Crash was a mere 85%. Yes, legs 11, number 11. We're going to have a look at a couple of games out of there, give them the re-review treatment. One of them you can see as the demo in the background, so that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I quite like that game actually, and as well as having a look at some more modern stuff. As always, the Retro Robin show is produced by me for the community to enjoy over the weekend. Today's use of computer will be the Ngo Clone, the Harlequin, which is playing the music bleeper 2D Rav behind the sounds there. We're also going to be using the Toasty Rack for some AY tunes. We'll be using the +3 as well as +3 Grey, also providing some AY tunes later during the show. And if we get time, as always, we'll have some more Commodore versus Spectrum. Well, that being said, oh yeah, please, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe, help the channel grow. I really appreciate your comments and your subscription. Hopefully I'm going to provide a little nostalgia trip down some memory classic games from, well, early years this time round, as well as a look at something more modern. So let's get on with today's show and have a look at today's first new game. Just load up this and have a quick brief look at the loading screen. Hopefully this will load first time. I have had a successful, yeah, that's the game we're going to look at. And I'll just turn the music up a touch. I don't know if you can hear that too well, but that is the sound of the intro sound. Quite quick, the scrolling of course tells you all the instructions you need to know. Whether you can use 1 is for keyboard, 2 is for Kempston, and 3 is for Sinclair joystick, hence the emblems just there. I think we could turn that up a touch, couldn't we? Very quiet today. Don't know why it's so quiet. I'll probably need to boost the sound a bit later. Right, so we've got playing. We're going to go have a look at this game and give it a go. I'm going to select Kempston, hopefully. We got an AY tune in the background. And we need to click those, well, they look like watch straps. This is another game done with the MK1 engine, which is the development tool. We've got to avoid these little, well, spiders, and they look like ants. It's quite quick moving, I don't know what that's for, but you can get around the screens quite well and quite quickly. And his jump is controllable in the air. Watch for these spiders as well, because they're an interesting looking sprite, a couple of animations to each one. You've got your usual brick background. As we jump through here, there will be spiders that start to follow you. They kind of home in on you, and then there are other spiders that set traps, but genuinely speaking you can get around the map quite quickly. In fact, sometimes you can actually over jump the scene, so which is what I find. There's one that will follow me, and there's one else that will follow me. The next screen, which is a strange screen, as soon as you collect that, when you press left you go right, and when you go right you go left. It can be just a little bit confusing, but as soon as you leave the screen everything will go back to, well, go back to normal, so you got to remember to carry on pressing the right direction. Whoa, just about cleared him. Yep, these are like little things you can jump up. They look like chairs. You can push boxes as well. On certain levels you will need to be able to push the boxes. You fly through the screens quite quickly. A little bit of AY music in the background as you can hear, which is nice to see that somebody's actually neutralised a bit of AY tune with the MK1 development engine. So that's pretty good. So it looks like you're going around an absolutely huge house. You can see your lives are clearly marked on the bottom. And now we'll go underground, and of course we get a change of scene. Now that's a spider trap there. As soon as you walk by him, he will come after you. Right, so you need to sort of avoid him. But once you've gone down a level, he will tend to ignore you. But there are plenty of other spiders that home in on you like that. Like this guy here won't let me get over him. That's it, I'm framed. And that, of course, you can walk through those are no problem. But that at the top is not dangerous. But it thought for a minute it may be. Right, so we've got to be quick here because he's homing in you. And of course, when you start flashing like that, you have got a certain amount of invincibility, but that won't last long. Oh, I love the eyes. The guy with the eyes. We'll get to a screen with his big eyes at the bottom as well. So, woo. Now I like platformers, and I kind of like this. I don't know what it is about it. I kind of like it. It's simple, but it's sort of enjoyable because you don't die straight away and you've got plenty of lives, and in a minute I'm going to lose that life, which is usually what's happened. I think this is the box that you can push. I think you have to, that's it, you have to press fire in order to push it, and we get that there. That'll make you, that's the item that I've just collected that'll make you go in the wrong direction. So whether you're meant to collect that, but there's a heart up there which we can collect, and I think that's because I'm down to my last life. I might need to get to it now. Whoa. I'm trying to be really careful to get to the heart. It gives you 2 lives, not just 1. That's good. Well, I hope it's good. Let's just jump past the spider and see what's on the next screen. As another one of them spiders is going to chase you. Only thing I can think you'll have to do is run extremely fast, and hopefully you're fast enough to avoid him. Oh yeah, look, they can go through the brick walls and you can't. Anyway, you've got to go around the maze collecting all of those light watches. Ah, I'm down to 1 life, and I'm doing quite a good job of it. So for a platformer, I quite like it, to be honest. It's it doesn't change too much, but there's enough challenge there to keep you interested, and a lot of it is pattern recognition. Package. Oh dear me, it's Christmas. I could do with a break. Ho ho ho! Hope you can see my festive LED screen there in the background. It's doing its job just lovely. But yeah, I have to say it's quite a decent sized map. I don't want to click that this time round. Oh, and it's got an interesting death screen for when you die. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm quite impressed with that game, and it's got AY tune. It's not a bleeper, it's an AY tune, and it's got AY tune in the music. It's developed with the MK1 engine. All the information you need to know. It is free for available on download. I'll try and put a link in. You've got all the retro relevant information just running across the bottom of the screen. I think it's an enjoyable platformer. For that reason, I'm going to give it a nice 7.5 out of 10 rating. and a sort of game that I like and enjoy, because something that's new and it's been done well, graphically nice, doesn't need to change too many sprites, but you know, it gives you enough challenge getting around to collect what looks like to be watches on a strap. You want to watch that. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Let's have a look at something else then. Right, the next game, we're going to have a brief look at the loading screen. Works on 48K or for 128 cores. There's the loading screen, and that looking good. Road Trip. And that is like a little beach buggy type kit car maybe. I don't know what type of car it's meant to be. It looks like one of those kit cars, you know, with the not polystyrene. They call it. What's the name I'm looking for? The, you know, fiberglass bodies. You know, those sort of kit car forms you can have on beach buggies and that. That's what it looks like, and it's a 2D game that I got a hunch that I'm pretty good at this game, as it's a little maze game, which I'm going to use the keyboard for. No, I'm going to use the joystick for. We're going to have a look at this game now.
Hunches are sometimes wrong, Retro Robbins.
I invited him on my show. I've got a hunch I'm going to be right. I've got to prove him wrong, haven't I? Intruder, get back to your own show, Mark Fluxy stuff. Right, let's have a look. There's your main screen. You're going to be in a little maze. You're going to be a car, and you've got a certain amount of items to collect around the maze. The keys are QAOP, or you can use, in this case, Kempston joystick, which is what I'm going to do. And to start the game, you press 2. You've got your general main sound effects. Right, you see those red things across the top of the screen next to the O1? That's what you've got to collect, and I've already lost a life, which is a pretty good game to start with. It's quite fast moving. Once you collect one of those, other items will appear, which can be a hindrance when you're trying to collect those red things. But once you collect a certain amount as well, the good thing is they do freeze for a few minutes. And now there's a red thing I've got to collect. I've only collected one so far. Pretty fast, so you've got to be pretty nifty on the old steering here. Oh, I've crashed again. Right, so I've got 2 so far. I've got a lot more before I can get to change the screen. And at the rate I'm dying at, and you've got a time limit as well that's counting down, which is classed as P for petrol. And I'm dying quite a number of times, but don't worry. With the magic of editing, I will get it so that I can get through this level quite easily. Got a few more to collect. Oh no, hunches can be wrong, Retro Robbins. I think he might be right. Oh no! Come on, I've got to prove that amateur YouTuber wrong, haven't I? Oh, we love you really, Mark. Right. Oh, come on. That was a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not happy with that. I'm going to have another go. Let's try again. This time I'm going to do better. Wow, that was lucky. I got 1. I got 2. I got 3. And now I've got to put my time back up. I'll get this P. Yeah. 4. We're doing good. Oh, how did I survive that? 5, get in there now, come on, we can do this. 6, these are what we don't want to show, we want to see the red things, don't we? Oh. At least that's froze, so that'll give me a chance to get this one, that's for sure. We got 2 more to get, have we? 1 more to get and we're done. If we get this one, we get to change the screen. Yes. Told you, didn't I? There's a flub all over my microphone. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Right, you go collect swords now. And this one's slightly more difficult than the last level. Although it just gave me 2 straight in a row, so that's a good start. But you can get trapped. You can get trapped quite easily, as a matter of fact. So Look, I wanted that sword and he's gone round the other way. He's chasing the sword. Oh, come on. Go away. Go up. Oh. So I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing as well as I'd like because I'm using up a lot of time and I've just got done, didn't I? I just got done at the last minute there. Look where the sword's going, exactly where I don't want the sword to go. Ah, you can lose your lives quite rapidly as well. Which is a negative. I've got to say it's a negative, but wow. Collision control's not too bad, as you've just witnessed there, and I was virtually on top of that car, but it didn't kill me. Right. Now, unfortunately, I'd like to have started where that sword was for the next time round, because I was right on top of it then. I've got 4 more I need to collect. And I've got 2 more I need to collect. Oh. Well, that sword started in the opposite side of the screen. How many lives have I got left? Not many. Will I get to that last sword? Or 2 swords before we have to go again? So there's no music in the game itself. Yes, there we go. I made another screen. Boom. I've done. Where am I? Oh, here I am. You find that certain screens are easier than other ones, especially when you've got lots of outs. Like this one, you have got lots of outs. As you can see, the item you now need to collect is that thing there. It changes item every screen. So, but it throws a few curveballs in, which means you don't really want to be having to collect stuff to get you onto the next screen, like this, for instance. But that's all part of the mechanic of the game, and I think it's quite a fun little, fast-moving race game, if you like. Looks like a little Formula 1 car, not a beach buggy. What game was it? It reminds me a little bit. What's it remind me of? It's a top-down racer. It's pretty responsive on the directions, so as soon as you press that way, it will go that way. I mean, talk about a fast-moving game. Yes, that's good. That's what we like to see. Hopefully when we freeze, we're able to get a couple of these. Oh, how many lives have I got left? Keep your wheels in line! Oh, no, oh. Sometimes you just end up going directions you don't even realise you're going in those other directions. Got 1 more to get, and don't tell me that's my last life. 1 more to collect and I've done it. There we go. And so on, so forth. Another moose. Interesting amount of mazes, isn't it? Now we've got to collect umbrellas. Oh, how did I avoid that? I know you're thinking the same thing as I'm thinking. Wow. I'll tell you what, the bleeping noise can be a little bit of a annoying kind, so I'm going to turn that down. We'll just stick with the music because it's a Richard Holland's classic, which sort of would suit this game if it wasn't a bleeper sound. It could be turned into an 8-voice sound, it's perfect. What he can do with bleeper is amazing. We've got his album to review, that'll be coming up in a moment or two. Before we move on to the Spectrum, of course. Well, I ain't going to play it too long. I think I'll die in a minute anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What do I think of the game? Well, I've got to be honest, I really enjoy it, and it's quite fast moving, good pace. Helps to have a bit of music on in the background to make it more playable, so it adds a little bit of atmosphere. The only letdown is if it had an AY tune running during the gameplay, it would be absolutely perfect, preferably something fast moving. Interesting maps, they're vary in difficulty. It all depends on which map you've got and the outs on that particular map. Personally, free available for download, but I always do tip the cover £1 if possible, or £2 if you wish, and helps them to earn a bit of money for the hard work that they've put in developing these games, for the bedroom scene coder if you like, or the homebrew scene as we like to call it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thought it was fun to play. Definitely will play it again as a little challenge just to see how far I can get and how many screens I can go through. Give it a go. Honestly, you won't regret it. I've really enjoyed that, so I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. That's quite a high rating for such a simple idea of a game, but it's enjoyable. So, let's have a look at another one then. Oh, the toast rack's in action now for the bit of AY tune, and one of my favourite AY tunes at the moment is Nixie and the Seeds of Doom playing in the background there. And it's definitely very quiet today. Definitely. I'm usually a lot louder than this, but oh well. Next game we're going to have a look at, I found it quite intriguing, bit of a puzzle game, and yeah, I'm going to just load these up straight away in 128k mode for you, using the Ingo clone. There's your loading screen, there's the name of the game, and that's not bad at all. Looks a bit of a ruffian. Stop the tape and press any key. Why? Because, well, it's a multi-load game as well for levels. If you're playing the 48k version, of course. And we'll just down that a minute. While that scrolls across the screen, give you a chance to read it. It tells you a little bit of the back history. It's a nice opening sequence. I do like the way this game is set up actually. It's a puzzle game without ruining it. And there's an awful lot of levels for you to work out what to do. Just give you a chance to catch up there. Hopefully that you can read that. Shall I go a bit closer for you? Yeah, why not? Let's just zoom in a touch. There we go. That should just about cover it, shouldn't it? Now this game, has AY music in it, so therefore I'm going to turn this down a second. Yeah, as usual, Kempston, Sinclair 1 or 2, redefinable keys, as well as QAOP and space or M. (2019 to 2021), so it's a more recent game. It's a good little puzzle game, to be honest. Oh, let's give it a play and see what we think about it. Gotta say though, the AY tune, I'm feeling the AY tune. I'm really feeling the AY tune. You don't get product placement on this show, do you? Honey mirror image. I think Pepsi Max should pay me royalties for all the endorsements that I do, don't you? I wish. Okay, so to start the game you just simply press space, and then of course you get to select which room you want to go. As you can see, the room that is highlighted is 01, and then before you have to complete 5 rooms before it gives you a code for you to get on with the next room. So you can start from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on and so forth. As you can see, there's a lot of rooms there. It looks like there's over 60 rooms to complete. We'll start with the first room and we'll tell you what it is you've got to do, and you will have AY tune playing in the background. Room 1. Nice rapid AY tune to start with as well. Right, those 3 green things up here, when I touch them I will change colour. That means I'm charging myself that colour. You need to get 3 in a row. If you put 2 in a row they will detonate early. You need to get 3 in a row, or 3 grouped together in any one particular sequence in order to open that barrier which is over that side there. The one that's by the green gated door, there's like 3 in a row. That will explode if you... First screen's pretty easy. By changing colour, right, and then you link the 3 together, and of course everything will then explode. If you go back on yourself you can collect the heart, which gives you an extra life, so you now got 3 lives, and that is room 1 complete. Pretty simple, yeah? Pretty swift moving. Now once again you've got to connect these 3 together. Remember, don't connect 2 together, because what will happen it's not good. So what we need to do here, I'm going to solve the first two for you. I'm not going to spoil it, and as you can see I've now gone red. It'll go blue, but then once you connect these three together, the red barrier, which is here, these two up here will explode. Right, that then releases these ones, which will release the blue barrier. But first you need to get all three together. So you need to work your way around in a sequence like so, and then you can push them together. Once they're all connected together, that opens this room, then you're able to move on to the next room. And then it gets a little bit more complicated. For instance, this particular one, you need to just mindfully go about your business a little bit better. I think I may have already messed up. I couldn't have messed up that badly, surely. Ah, right. I haven't yet, but I might as well do. Right, so I'm going to push that up there and push that across. That across one, then all I should need to do is theoretically push them three together. That will open the bottom barrier up and I will be able to move on to the next level. Room 4 then gets even more complicated. Once again, you've got two colours, and believe me, you get more than two colours. You've got the red to put together first and then the F second. However, I would suggest that first of all move that out of the way. We'll move that there. We've got to work our way round. Be text again. Now when we destroy that, as I say, the red barrier should disappear, and then we've got to get rid of these F's here. So this can get tricky very fast. I think the best way to do it is to I did remember how to do this, I've kind of forgot already. Ah, I've got it, right. So what I'll do is I'll put that side. I need to push that across one first of all. Push that across one that way. I have a cunning plan. I can go back up there. Now if we go back around this way, see what I'm doing, see what I've done here. Don't go too far. This will link those three together. And we're into the next room. Room 5 will give you a code, which I won't give you on there, and so on and so forth. So the game is a puzzle game. There's plenty of levels for you to play. Good that it's got a nice AY tune. Doesn't seem too repetitive. The graphics are quite nice. Looks like me at school when I was busting for the wet. That sprite does, doesn't it? You know, where you're platting your legs. Well, that's me. What do I think of the game? Well, yeah, I enjoy playing it for a puzzler. It gets gradually more harder. Yeah, I'll say it's well done. So for that, for instance, I'm going to give that an 8.5 out of 10. One for you to play, available now on download. And as always, please feel free to tip the people who developed the game. And hopefully you'll keep them developing a lot longer. What is my... oh, it's an ice cream. What's going on in the background there with the pixel art? I thought, what on earth is going on? That's supposed to be Christmas theme. And she's sucking on a lollipop, fortunately. Let's move on to have a look at one more game before we review a new album by Richard Robbins. Well, I believe it's a 128k. We'll wait at the loading screen. Liquid War. And it looks like it's a basic game, but it's got the year 2022. It's quite modern, newish game, shall we say. Last year, this year, or the year before, I consider more modern games. Well, anything within the last 4 to 5 years is a newish game. And once they go over 5 years old, then they become a retro game in my books. but that's only my opinion. That is absolutely dreadful. I'm trying to think what was that tune was there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Right, we get a little bit of information across the bottom there. Coding by and graphics by, etc. Coding, what code? I swear to you, it's in basic. £10 for that. Come on in. 5 points for that. I think we're going to carry on. Right, so the keys are O, P, Z, C, and X. So we can side, left, right, and shoot. So it's OP is the main key, so C to continue. So you're this boat at the top here. If you press X, you will fire up. If you press C, you will drop a depth charge. And avoid those missiles that are going up the top. See, it moves in block graphic characters, right? So we're going to have to drop one about there now. Hopefully that will reach him in time. No, we missed. That looks on target to me. Yes, we got one. So we've scored some points at last. I think that's a bit early. No, that's a bit late. Missed on that one. See if I can get that. The smaller ones are the hardest to hit, should be. But if you, just avoid all these missiles that are going up the screen. No. And of course, whatever liquid it is you're firing, I think it's called liquid wars. It's meant to be some sort of liquid you're squirting down. Liquid in water, really. Missed that. And as long as nobody fires now, I'm okay. Ooh, that's close. What's my score? I'm on 20. I'm not doing very well, am I? Right. Now, if I drop that, that's got to be on target, surely. No. Yeah, because they vary in speed, don't they, as well? And I'm obviously very bad at this game. I'm not a very good judge of where to drop my depth charge. Oh, come on. I've got to hit something now, surely. Yes. I've got 30 points. The enemy has given up, has he really? Because I was rubbish. I'm on 30 points. Ah, now I can fire something at the top. And I've missed. So now we've got things dropping from above as well as below. This where it can get really complicated, couldn't it? So they've called in the air support. And because there's a lot happening on the screen, the rate you'll sort of say your missiles go up in the air is extremely slow. So let's try and get a plane, see if we can get a plane. I did launch, but no good. And I've launched missile now that's going nowhere. I've launched two things at once and everything starts to slow down. Maybe this time. Oh, nearly. Ah, the plane cheated then, didn't it? I got him. I can get this boat though. Oh. Yes, I got a plane. How many points do you get for the plane? 10? I like it when they're at the surface. Oh no. And what happens when you actually get hit? Is this? I'm gonna die. Show the explosion. Okay, it's supposed to have some code involved, but it runs very slowly. It's like a basic game. It's okay. I can't knock it too bad. Liquid Wars. It's doesn't run the fastest. Doesn't run very smooth. It's very sluggish and slow. Graphics are average. The game itself gets intriguing when you got to avoid stuff from the top as well as the bottom, but it seems so basic that I didn't really enjoy playing it. But I'm just going to give that a 5 out of 10, and that's my particular mark, and see if you agree. So leave your comments in the comments below. Do you like this game or not? Was I a bit harsh on it? But after playing the last game and I'll go to this one, it's not quite comparing. Let's have a look at something quite different now then. Right, we're going to have a look at a new album, The On Off by Richard Hollins, of all people. And there's your opening scene and your opening tune. It is bleeper music for the Spectrum, which is also going to be available in CD format, as well as download. And he developed some absolutely fantastic music for the Spectrum, and this is the 48K Spectrum version. There's quite a number of tracks on this particular album that he's releasing this week. And we're going to go through one or two of them for you. They're great, I find, for when you're just pottering about in the background. Say if I'm doing some soldering and I want some sort of music on. It sounds futuristic, but it's made with past technology. And of course Richard's known for one or two games that have come out recently where the music is featured in them from him. All Spectrum bleeper sound. He is the bleeper man. And there's a whole community. Of course he likes to put the effect of the border in, and it's quite easy listening, to be fair. It's quite, I don't know, it's almost, how do I put it? If it had come out in 1984 or 85, you'd have been wowing. The Spectrum was able to do this. We're going to have a look at a few of the tracks, have a look at each one as I go along. This is On Off Beeper. I'll play a little sample about each one as we go along. That is very bouncy, isn't it? The album, of course, has a few speech samples in it, I think. People are texting me. And that'll be very quiet, but I can hear it, whether you can pick it up quite well. But it sort of subtly builds up with the high tone beepers into a full tune. But it's not bad. Remember this one from Exoblast, the game, which was in the starting titles. I'm not going to play them all, I'm going to play up to about 10, the rest that you can discover for yourself. There's a guest tune on the album as well from us. And remember this, of course, from Down the Pipes. That's a quality tune, isn't it? That is indeed Spectrum Bleeper, and this is the album, and it's pretty good. I suggest you can get it from itch. Download link will be posted on the video when I finish. Worth getting. Support Richard by obviously purchasing this, and we can have more of this sort of stuff being made. It's great to see artwork still being made on the Spectrum, whether in game form, graphic form, or indeed music form. And you've heard me play this a few times, haven't you, in the past? I will go through a quick super here. That was on versus Tron, and this is my favourite, to be fair. I've got to turn this one up. No effects on the border here. Hats off to you there, Richard. This is a cracking album. And of course you've heard this earlier in the show when I was playing the racing game. This was playing in the background to give it a bit more atmosphere. It's my dancing Christmas tree. Very festive, isn't it? Oops. Sorry, Mike. So there you go, the new album by Richard Hollins, available now on download or even a physical copy. Please go out, please buy. Of course, Richard is a sponsor of the show, if you like, unofficially behind the scenes. Always helps me out with loads of stuff, and he's a good friend as well, to be fair. Top guy, Diamond Geezer, great on the old bleeper sound. So yeah, highly recommend that you get this. Something for you to play. It's easy listening, it's great to listen to, it's not too intense either. So yeah. Right, we're going to go back now to 1984. Legs 11, number 11, Crash number 11. As a matter of fact, Crash would have cost you 85 pence. We're going to go for a couple of reviews in that game, and then of course we'll wrap the show up, hopefully, if we get time, with Commodore versus Spectrum. But I'm going to try and keep this show down to a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour, because I can actually end up going over the hour by a massive margin. And a lot of my show does end up on the cutting room floor. And that's not a reference to Cara Emerald album that I've got in the background playing as well. I do love her stuff too. Well, let's have a look at this first game from Era Crash number 11. So good I couldn't stop it. I'm enjoying the music. Well done, Richard. I love that one. Right. We're going to go back, a couple of honourable mentions, of course, in this particular Crash magazine. School Days at £5.95 got a 93% rating, that was a Crash smash. Also, Sir Lancelot got 90%, that was also at £5.95, that also got a Crash smash. This particular game that we're going to review, of course, is by Ocean, would have cost you recommended retail price at £5.90. Yes, 5 pence cheaper than 2 Crash smashes, but is it as good? Well, you're about to find out. Bit of an oriental theme to the game that might give you a little clue, and of course if you it's playing in the background. Use of computer was given 74%, graphics given 79%, playability given 84%, getting started 73%, addictive qualities was given 79%, value for money 82%. There was an awful lot of ratings in this particular magazine, and I'll need some more oxygen to get through these ratings because there's that many. I like it when there's only 5 and I've only got 5 to read out, but on this case there's 7 in total. How do they come up with all these percentages? And of course its overall rating was 79%, so it was a smidgen under 80%. In that case then, back in 1984, this would have been quite a good game. Would it make that sort of percentage today in a Crash magazine? I highly doubt it, but you know, at the time it wasn't such a bad game. The game indeed that we're going to be talking about, you're about to see the loading screen, we'll give it all away. People love texting me, don't they? They just love texting me. I've got loads of text messages and they always do when I'm on my show, but I will not put them on silent. Hello, Lee Chops. Hello, Richard Hollins. Hello. Oh, goodness me, I can say hello to everybody. A small pig. And of course, Sir J. Thank you, Sir J. You're amazing. Of course, I had a little... Sir J. Don't know how to spell. Have I pronounced your name right? Big shout out to everybody who's saying hello to me while I'm on it. There's a loading screen. The Chinese juggler. And I've got a hunch I'm going to be pretty good at this game.
hunches are sometimes wrong, Retro Robbins.
Oh, it's not the car. It's not quite the bleeper music we want to hear, is it? Well, fortunately, we can disable the music by pressing D. And we got J for joystick, K for keyboard, and I think because we can use J for joystick, keyboards are pretty simple, QAOP and space. You get a demo on this game as well. What you've got to basically do is you've got to grab and fill all those standing with plates. And once you've done that, you'll move on to the next level. And believe me, that is easier said than done. However, now I've done that, I've got to show you. Now I've put a little clip of Mark in twice in one day. I've got to prove him wrong. Ow, I'm itchy. I'm itchy. Ow. I just want to see if he does it better than me. Because he juggles plates as well, doesn't he? Right, let's give this game a go. What do we do to play? Alright. Want to play the game now. Okay, so, well, it tells you instructions. Q for up, A for down, O and P, right, B to space for action. So that's okay, well, we'll go for it then. Now I presume it doesn't matter which colour goes on which, but I bet there's a bonus for once you collect one, you've then got a rush to drop that on top of there. And the faster you can do it, the better. Oh, it's an alignment game, I'm very glad. And if you don't do it quickly, they start to slow down. I like these little legs, look. They're going into the dozen. Yeah, one of them's slowing down already, so I'm not going to get there in time, am I? Two of them are slowing down. So, if they're slowing down, you can spin them a bit faster. And if one falls, then you've got to go. We've got one more to get. And hopefully we should have cleared this level straight away. Yes. Told you I was good, didn't I? No, because we've done it within a certain time, that's good, and we'll move on to the next screen, so that was pretty easy really. Yeah, by going up to the pole again you can spin them a little bit faster. So you get the idea. What do I think of the game? Well, yeah, I thought it was graphically quite good for what it does. I like the way that the legs are moving simply by changing. The legs don't actually move. The illusion is created by those black pixel dots on the one leg swapping over to the left and right leg, hence it makes it look like it's moving fairly fast. See? Yeah? And he looks like he's, you know, he looks like he's got a bad back there, doesn't he? But yeah, you get through to each level. You've got a certain amount of time. As you can see, the time is running down. It's fairly fast moving actually. For a game that's 1984, would you liked it? I think you would have done. And if you miss, you can, you know, you can juddle up, you can throw it over yourself like so. So yeah. But as you go further in the levels, I think you need to get the colours right to go in the right place. Oh no, I've lost my plate. Okay, so this time you've got to get the colours right. And I've missed out there, I've missed out. So maybe you've got to do them in a certain order. Oh. Anyway, it's going badly. Well, what do I think of the game? Well, to be fair, I think 8 out of 10 is pretty fair for 1984, and does it stand the test of time? Well, yeah, certainly it's just as fun to play today. Doesn't seem to run as smoothly as it did when I was younger. I'm sure it ran a little bit faster than that. However, if you've got the Next or the Ingo clone, you can probably turn up the megahertz and make it extremely fast. But anything over 7 megahertz becomes pretty unplayable. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to agree with Crashdown. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Moving on then. Big shout out to Lee Chop Stevens, texting me of course, and just give me a peek of his new game. Another hair game, bit of an eye opener, I said to him, and to give too much away, it looks pretty good, and so does the new game from Sir J. Or Sir J. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. He's gave me a sneak preview of his game too, as well as posted a few Christmas tunes on the Facebook groups lately. Right, this next game. I'm going to give you the ratings before I tell you which game it is, because it didn't get a great rating. User computer 50%, graphics 63%, playability 68%, getting started 82%, addictive qualities 30%. Really? That's quite low, isn't it? Value for money 48%, overall 56% rating. It was £6.95 to buy, and it was from a software. I forgot. Anyway, it'll all be on the title screen, so I don't need to tell you too much. It's obviously going to be in 48K mode. The game is Eddie Kids Jump Challenge. Right, there's no real music in this game. There is a bleeper sound. Tells you best jump and your score, which will be recorded at the bottom after your first go. And the keys are pretty simple. There's only three keys. I use X and then press enter when you think you've got enough distance to get round. The first jump, you're on a bike, it's pretty easy. There it is, me on my mountain bike. Top track, let's say down touch. There's your sound effect. Shouldn't be a problem, you just get top speed up and you will clear the barrels pretty easily. And that is the first screen. It's just an introductory screen, anything. Top fact was that my bike had a steamy archer brake. That's a pedal backwards brake. That's where you have to pedal backwards and it would brake, and because of that I was able to do massive long skids as a kid down the road and leave big tyre tracks everywhere, which also caused accidents, to be quite honest, because a friend of mine came off the bike when we used to build ramps and jump over little toy cars. Not toy cars, they were real cars, not real cars, real toy cars, if you know what I mean. You know the ones that you'd sit in as a kid and you'd pedal? We put about 3 of them end to end. We built a ramp that could almost collapse every time you hit it and try and jump over those cars, because that's just the sort of dumb things we did when we was 9, 10, 11 and 12. I'm wondering why we'd have grazes. So now you need to match your speed. Oh, you don't want to be doing that. Head down, of course. Oh, and if you press enter you can start the level again. So you've got to get your speed just right before you take off. There we go. And once you clear the ramp you get your head down, and if you go down too quickly then that happens. Your score is 0. Well, we'll give that a go again. We'll get this first one out of the way. I'm sure you'll remember playing this if you was a Spectrum fan. Who didn't have this game? It's really easy to really hard. Interesting, like the way he's pedaling his bike there. Good little simple graphics. Good little simple sprite. That bit you find fun because you can do it every time. The next bit is, well, just turn around, get your speed up, and I think you don't need to be going too fast, do you, with this one? Oh, there we go, and I've gone too far again. Actually, because it was so ridiculously hard, it's okay, you survived your crash. I'm sure if I'd have fell upside down on a motorbike, I'd have had a broken neck, to be quite honest with you. But given a 5.5 out of 10, shall we say, by Crash, and to be fair, I'm not going to argue with that. I think it's about the same rating. That was 1984 Eddie Kids Jump Challenge. Guess tune. Listen to this. Pretty good. This for a bleeper tune. I'm looking over there because that's where it's playing from. Next game is highlighted. Trouble with Trash Man. Yeah. Price would have cost you £5.95. The ratings are as follows. So we would have given use of computer 79%, graphics given 70%, playability given 68%, getting started 72%, addictive quality 63%, value for money 61%. Overall was 71%, and I was jumping ahead of myself there, but I managed to stop myself in the nick of time before I get on. This game was notorious for me for not loading. It was one of those horrible ones that every time I tried to load it would crash. And even to this day, my TZX file and original copy still have difficulty loading. And they had difficulty loading them from the box. Doesn't work in all the formats, of course. I don't think it's compatible with the Plus 3. Not 100% sure on that, don't quote me, of course. I haven't tried loading it on the Plus 3. I think I tried to load the tape on the Plus 3 and it wouldn't have any of it, or the Plus 2A for that matter, which are much the same board. In the meantime, let's have a look at the game. We're going to load the Z84 because I know that will work. Unusual bleeping opening sound starts you off there. Those are the different locations you've got indicating. You can use define keys or you can use joystick. You enter your name. In my case, it's going to be... Oh, I forgot. How do I enter my name? Oh, Will. Is it got to be left and right, is it? Up and down. So this is the thing. It's not as responsive as I'd like it to be. Ah, break. Oh, I know why. Right, yeah, that's it. I have to activate my joystick, so... Oh, it's one of them, isn't it? You know, where you have to flick for all the letters. And it might take a time. 5,000 years later. Can we put my full name in? I'm going the wrong direction. That'll do. Oh no. Oh, I don't want my name, forget it. Right. We're going to choose a job to do. Obviously I like Munich. For £150. So you jet off to Munich, you've got to clear up the mess basically. Oh, I did remember my name. I thought I'd done something wrong there. So obviously I've got to go around and I've got to get all the empty glasses, haven't I? Right, if I remember rightly, I forgot how to play this game. I do remember. So I'm that little character at the bottom of the screen at the moment. There's an empty glass. I can click that one. That's one down. And you need to clear as many of these empty glasses as you can away. Where are their empties? And as the game gradually proceeds on, you get more and more empties. And the good thing, I can see there's loads of empties at the top of the screen. Oh, I was crashing into her. I got fired. Anyway, we've all seen that game. Let's have a look at another level. Yeah, okay. Stop the press, yeah, alright. And if you brake, you press brake, you start again. This is not going as smoothly as I first planned. That's what I did last time. I'm flying to Paris. This is where you have to pick up the litter off the floor, trying to avoid those bad boys walking around. There's plenty of graphical characters on the screen, isn't there? Ah, see where there's a dot at the top of the screen? Oh, they're flogs. They're flogs, aren't they? I got one. Because we're in France, we've got to collect the frogs. Come here, you need cooking. Oh man, it gets manic as well because they get loads of them on the screen. You can't see them because they jump behind the canopies. Oh, I remember this. I remember this when I was actually... There was a bullfighting one as well, isn't there? When you could get it to load, this was fun. How many have I got? I've got to collect them all. It's when they jump away from you and you get close to them. That's when it gets annoying. Oh. And you get told off and you lose lives if you run into them, I believe. I'm not going to get paid. Look at all the frogs at the top. I'm getting loads of them. Well, it started off badly, but now I'm getting into the game. I remember how much fun this used to be back in the day. And if you haven't ever played Trashman game, Travel with Trashman is, I think, well, personally in my opinion, is a quality game to play. It's got a bit of everything, but it's got a great graphical scene. It's even got an interesting intro. Okay, that was given 71%, 7 out of 10. Yeah, again, I'm going to agree with Crash there. That's exactly what I thought it was. 7 out of 10. Have we got time for one more? Yeah, why not? Let's throw one more in before we have to say goodbye. Oh, classic tune in the background. Everyone likes this one, doesn't they? From Alvida Saint Monte. And that is coming from the +2 grey case. So I've moved it from the tow truck now. Alvida Saint Monte, as I like to say. Right, next game. And probably the last for today from Crash number 11. But we can probably do a two-parter on that one because there's such a lot in there. Massive magazine number 11 was really for the ratings. And yeah, Turner Nog was in there as a Crash Smash as well. I forgot about that one. Next game's from Ocean. And for the most annoying game that I've ever played, this should be one of them because I find it extremely frustrating. Use of computer 80%, graphics 77%, playability 80%, getting started 79%, executive quality 78%, value for money 80%, overall rating 79%, £5.90 it would have cost you. It is of course the classic. Here comes the loading screen. Boom. Well, that's not the loading screen. That's Gillian's Gold. It has got a great loading screen. We're just going to pause, get you the loading screen up. There's your loading screen. And that is the loading screen I was looking for just before I loaded this at 84. We'll jump to that in a moment. I did do this as a Commodore versus Spectrum a while back. I think the Spectrum just about took it. I don't know why, I didn't like the game in particular because I found it a hard game to play. But I have played this a lot, so bear with me. You may see me play this badly. Maybe you can do better. Probably will do. It's one of the early days of platforming, I suppose, and yeah, I like the look of that. You can clearly make out that that's the cave entrance, and it's coming from what looks to be a mine shaft. Gillian's Gold by Ocean. Okay, you can have a demonstration mode actually. We'll go for the demo. So you got to go around collecting these bags of gold, popping it into the cart up there. Well, it's your wheelbarrow. And remember, this has got music playing in the background, which was bleeper, which could slow the computer down. So it was using, you know, clever interrupts in the way it did it. You go around collecting the bags. If you grabbed a hammer, you could hammer them on the head. I'm not going to play it because the demo's going to do better than me. You fall too far, you die. You do a lot, you die. You do anything. Shall I give it a go? Oh, here we go then. I am so going to regret playing this game. Oh well, here goes. Right. So, I just can't do... I've got a bag. It's a good start. There don't seem to be any bad guys at the end of the moment. Oh, the typical... No! I want to put the bag in the cart. There we go. Right. Now he's going to chase me around there and he's turned back. Oh, I told you I was going to die, didn't I? I knew it was going to end badly the second I picked up my joystick. Frustrating game. What? Someone's got to pay. I've got the axe. He's having it. Hold on, you can't hit them upstairs with the axe. I'll remember that, of course. Alright, let's at least try and get on the cart. Well, at least I've got one life left. Look, it's that instant turn back that gets me. Hey, I've actually got into the cart. Hold on, Ed, you get out of the cart. No, I'm trapped. I told you. This game is absolutely dreadful. It is the game, it isn't me, isn't it? Gillian's Gold. Well, I don't agree with Crash's rating there. I've never liked it. It's because it's ridiculously difficult. How are you ever meant to get more than two of them bags? And them bad guys, they home in on you so quickly, you've got no chance, have you? Right, I didn't get time to fit Lee Chops' Evans clips in. I was looking for it, but I needed to. Sergey, I have got a loading screen of yours that I want to put in. I'll probably show it in a moment. Why not? For his latest game, which is coming up, released in a few weeks' time. I've got a loading screen for it. I haven't actually got the game yet, but when I do have it, I'll be the first to review it, I promise you. Let's see if I can get that up for you, actually. Just one moment, please. Yep, so that game will be coming out, I think it's on the 14th or 16th of December, and that's as much as I've got at the moment, so I'll be looking forward to that, of course. And we've also got something from Lee Chop Stevenson, who's got a new Mr. Hair game coming out with a bit of luck. How about that for phone camera on camera technology? That's how you put a clip in, isn't it, eh? And look at his cover for the tape anyways, for his new game, which he sent me with a Merry Christmas. Stay off the whiskies, Lee. It's not good for you. And besides, you're only making me jealous. And there's a sneak peek at a little picture snapshot of the game. So yeah, it looks good, isn't it? Bit of an eye-opener. See what I did there? Anyway, I just used my mobile phone. I know, it's a bit of a a backwards way of doing things. Oh. You can't load, there's nothing to load. Right, as always, from me, Wayne Retro Robbins, I do hope you enjoyed today's show. Please leave your comments below, and of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe, help the channel grow. I've got some more interesting content to come in the next couple of weeks, including this game, which I'd like to do a decent review on, because yes, it's going to be a caterpillar game where you're shooting caterpillar. There's going to be a few twists to it, no doubt, knowing, ZX Beetles, because Sir J is pretty good at what he does with little quirks to the game. And I did manage to, on Mech Wars Arena, learned to turn off the snowflake, and I found that the game was a bit better. So yeah, apparently I'm not the only one who doesn't like that. You freeze, you can't move, you can't do anything. As always, from me, Wayne Retro Robbins, do hope you enjoyed the show, and depending on when you watch this, please have a nice working week or weekend. Thank you for watching, take care, and bye for now. Can't help this, I love a bit of Bionic Commando in the background, can't you? Toodaloo then!